SIPRI report reveals alarming nuclear trends amid rising global tensions in a chilling revelation. The Stockholm International Peace Research Institute SIPRI has released its annual report underscoring alarming trends in global nuclear arsenals. The report paints a stark picture of escalating nuclear tensions and modernization efforts that threaten global security. Nuclear weapons by the numbers. Despite a reduction in the total number of nuclear weapons to 12,121, the report highlights that the vast majority of these devastating arsenals are controlled by just two nations, Russia and the United States. Together, they hold nearly 90% of the world's nuclear weapons. This concentration of power is deeply concerning, particularly as geopolitical tensions rise and the potential for conflict grows. The reduction in total nuclear weapons from previous years, while seemingly a positive step, is overshadowed by the current geopolitical climate. This reduction primarily reflects the decommissioning of obsolete warheads rather than a significant shift towards disarmament. The arsenals of other nuclear-armed states continue to grow or remain stable, indicating a persistent reliance on nuclear deterrence, operational and high-alert weapons. Even more troubling is the fact that over 3,900 of these nuclear weapons are currently operational, with many on high alert, ready to be launched at a moment's notice. This readiness heightens the risk of a rapid escalation in the event of a miscalculation or accidental conflict, placing the world on a hair trigger of potential devastation. The concept of hair trigger alert refers to the state of readiness where nuclear weapons can be launched within minutes, increasing the chances of a catastrophic mistake. This practice remains a cornerstone of nuclear strategy for both the United States and Russia, driven by Cold War-era doctrines that persist despite the end of the bipolar world order. China's rapid expansion. China's nuclear arsenal has seen a significant increase of 20% over the past year. This expansion includes the deployment of advanced missile systems capable of being launched instantly, signaling a shift in China's strategic posture. The rapid growth of China's nuclear capabilities is a cause for global concern, adding a new dimension to the already complex international security landscape. China's development of new intercontinental ballistic missiles (ICBMs), submarine-launched ballistic missiles (SLBMs), and advancements in its hypersonic weapons program indicate a move towards a more robust and flexible nuclear deterrent. This modernization drive reflects China's ambitions to assert its power on the global stage and challenge the dominance of the United States and its allies in the Asia-Pacific region. Advancements in South Asia and North Korea. In South Asia, India and Pakistan continue to advance their missile technologies, with both nations developing more sophisticated and longer-range delivery systems. This arms race between the two nuclear-armed neighbors raises the specter of a potential nuclear conflict in one of the world's most volatile regions. India has been focusing on enhancing its nuclear triad, with developments in its land-based, sea-based, and air-based nuclear delivery systems. Pakistan, in response, has been working on increasing the mobility and survivability of its nuclear forces, along with developing tactical nuclear weapons aimed at deterring India's conventional military superiority. North Korea, despite international sanctions and diplomatic efforts, persists in advancing its nuclear and missile programs. The secretive regime's relentless pursuit of more powerful and far-reaching weapons further destabilizes the region and poses a direct threat to global security. Israel's modernization efforts. Israel is reportedly modernizing its nuclear capabilities, though the country has never officially acknowledged possessing nuclear weapons. The enhancements to its arsenal reflect a broader trend of nuclear modernization that is being observed across multiple nations, adding to the overall atmosphere of uncertainty and fear. Israel's policy of nuclear ambiguity aims to maintain a strategic advantage in the Middle East, where it perceives multiple existential threats. The modernization of its nuclear arsenal, potentially including the development of new delivery systems and warheads, signifies Israel's commitment to preserving its deterrence capabilities amidst a volatile regional security environment. Emerging tactical nuclear weapons. A particularly concerning development noted in the SIPRI report is the increasing interest in and development of tactical nuclear warheads by several countries. These smaller, more precise weapons lower the threshold for nuclear use and could make the notion of a limited nuclear war more conceivable, thereby increasing the risk of nuclear exchanges. Tactical nuclear weapons are designed for use on the battlefield rather than for strategic deterrence. The development and potential deployment of these weapons raise the danger of their actual use in a conflict, as they are perceived as more usable compared to larger, strategic nuclear warheads. This shift could destabilize existing nuclear doctrines and lead to a new era of nuclear arms races. SIPRI's report highlights a disturbing trend towards greater reliance on nuclear deterrence strategies in 2024. This resurgence in nuclear posturing and brinkmanship suggests a world that is moving away from the ideals of disarmament and towards a more dangerous era of nuclear competition. The increasing reliance on nuclear deterrence reflects a lack of progress in international arms control agreements. With major treaties like the Intermediate-Range Nuclear Forces INF Treaty dismantled and the New START Treaty facing uncertain future extensions, the framework that once curtailed nuclear arms races is eroding. The SIPRI report serves as a dramatic and fearful reminder of the fragility of global peace in an age of advanced nuclear capabilities. As nations continue to modernize and expand their arsenals, the risks of accidental or intentional nuclear conflict grow. The international community faces a critical challenge in reversing these trends and ensuring that the promise of a nuclear-free world remains within reach. The time for renewed diplomatic efforts and robust arms control agreements is now, before the world finds itself on the brink of an unimaginable catastrophe. The report calls for urgent international action to address these escalating risks. This includes the revitalization of arms control negotiations, enhanced communication channels to prevent misunderstandings, and a renewed commitment to nuclear disarmament. The stakes have never been higher, and the path to a safer world lies in collective efforts to curb the spread and development of nuclear weapons.